Hey friends, welcome to the summary of Chapter 8 of The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. It's called Let Go Now or Fall. And he starts by saying that the natural ups and downs of life can either generate personal growth or create personal fears. Change can be viewed as either exciting or frightening. So he talks a lot about our perception of things and how we create these kind of arbitrary likes and dislikes, and how sometimes there's this natural human tendency to avoid at all costs things that we fear or don't like. But he warns us that that's a dangerous game to play, and that actually, instead of avoiding your fears, to just accept life exactly as it is. And that's then the antidote to fears. So you're not running from anything, you're facing everything and being willing to let go of your perception of what's good and bad and what is desirable and undesirable. He says, as you grow spiritually, you'll realize that your attempts to protect yourself from your problems actually create more problems. So again, do not avoid your dislikes and your fears, but instead the answer and the way to become fearless and to live a life without fear is just to accept everything as it is. There is such a thing of life without fear, he says on page 73, which I find incredibly exhilarating to think about and to contemplate that. The purpose of spiritual evolution is to remove the blockages that cause the fear. So my absolute favorite paragraph of possibly this whole book, which says a lot because I love so much in this book, is on page 74. It says, if you truly want to grow spiritually, you'll realize that keeping your stuff is keeping you trapped. Eventually you want out at all costs. You'll then realize that life is actually trying to help you. And what he goes into talking about here is life is putting situations in your face that are stimulating things or triggering you to stimulate your personal growth. So if something triggers you, it's because you have stuck energy somewhere in you from a past event, and what life is doing is providing you valuable opportunities to let this stuff go instead of, so let go or fall is the name of the chapter, let stuff go instead of fall into this like dark pit of rumination on how this event is triggering for you. He gives really specific, just like in the last chapter that I kind of put my own steps to what he says. He gives such practical advice in this chapter as to how to let go. I love what he says. So he says the first thing is, as long as you're watching, you're not getting lost in it. Meaning, as long as you remain the observer of your emotions, you're not getting lost in it. So if you feel yourself getting triggered and your stuff is getting hit and emotion is coming up, stay the witness instead of diving into it with your emotion and with your mind. And the sooner, he says, that the sooner you can let things go, the better. So in a situation that comes up, triggers you, hits your stuff, angers you, the sooner you can just let go. And he recommends relaxing the space around your heart, looking up, and just letting things go. As soon as you can do that, the better. It does not get easier with time. So what the mind will want to ruminate on the story of why you were triggered, how you are maybe entitled to be triggered, but the sooner you can let go, do so. So he says, don't have conversations about it, just let go in the moment. So once you leave the seat of consciousness and you turn towards the disturbance, you're getting enmeshed in it, which that's what he refers to as falling, which is going to happen on this journey. So when you find that you've fallen, it's okay, just get back up. The last sentence in the chapter, that which is holding you down can become a powerful force that raises you up. You just have to be willing to take the ascent. So no matter what happens in your life, according to this chapter, which I love so much, no matter what happens, no matter how you get triggered, just try if you can to use it as a purification process, to just burn up the old stuff, let it go, and just move on so that you can live in peace. I hope that helps.